this video is for Royal Python Boy H's Reptile Contest. I'm submitting my White's tree frog. So yeah, he's an Australian White's tree frog. There's two types of species of tree frogs. One is the Indian and one is the Australian. I believe he's an Australian. They tend to be smaller, greener, bluer in color. There's also called the blue phase, which again tends to be more of an Australian species. The Indians are bigger and they're browner. So yeah. So his name is Shamrock. I bought him on St. Patrick's Day as a present to myself because I was an Irish dancer. Still am, just have to get back into it. The cool thing about Shammy, is his nickname, is that he was just featured in the book Beguiled by Deanne Gist and Mark Bertrand. I've read a couple of chapters. I haven't gotten to that of his part yet, but it's a great book, and I love her writing style. Anyway, so this is Shammy, like I was saying. Oh, sorry about the poor quality of video. My camera broke, and I have to use my webcam, and it's not as great as my camera would be. So yeah, a couple of things about him is that they're a good species to own. Because they're active, as you can see, he's jumping around my keyboard. They're also better equipped to handling. So you can hold them. I wouldn't recommend handling them a long amount of time or very, very often, but they are, you can handle them. The thing about any amphibian species is that they do have a mucus layer on their skin that they breathe through and that they bring water in through. So, and that's why we have stuff on our hands that we can transmit to the amphibians, and so it makes it harder for them to breathe and for them to take in water. So that's why it's a good idea to kind of keep a hands off on wild species of amphibians and more commonly some of the more delicate, such as the red-eyed tree frog. Anyway, so yeah, these are also great pets because they do tend to be more active at night. He's been seen jumping, crawling around the cage at night. My dog doesn't like it. That's kind of too bad. Anyway, so yeah, you can see he's crawling around my hand, which is always fun to see and kind of look at. He's about 2 years old. He just started croaking recently. Woke me up in the middle of the night the first day. I was like, yay, he's a boy, alright. And then the second and the third day I was like, okay, let's keep a lid on it. They are nocturnal, so if you're going to have one, understand that they are going to croak at night. The other thing, they have little personalities. Shammy has his own personality. He decided while making this video, he loves the camera. You can see he's a real ham. While making this video, he decided that it would be a good idea to poop on me. Probably because the paper towel that I gave him in his little kind of transport enclosure was warm. My hands were washed with warm water, and he was like, yay! His stomach was feeling good. He also was getting a little stressed and released some substance onto my hands. It's not necessarily pee. I forget what it's called. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I had to go wash my hands and then continue making the video, take after take. Another thing that he did was I was holding him and talking to my mom, and my mom hates my reptiles, and he jumped across the room, over her and across the room, and he wasn't hurt, and I collected him after I stopped laughing. He does like to kind of get out. I was cleaning his cage and had the lid open, and he went and kind of jumped on my wall and started climbing up my wall. So yeah, they like movement. You saw him jumping around earlier on me, and yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go put him back and we'll get to the second half of the video, which is where I keep him. Okay, thanks. Okay, so this is his tank, and this is actually where the crappiness of a web camera comes in, because obviously you can see my desktop in the reflection of the habitat. But anyway, sorry about that. Okay, so he's in a 20-gallon lung. Even though whites are arboreal species, they like more space to move around on the bottom to explore, that type of thing. They're not really necessarily seen in way up high in some owners' habitats. So yeah, okay. So the substrate in his habitat is betta beast, also known as coconut fiber. And I like it in some respects that it's a good, safe substrate for whites to have. It's great for them, but it's not necessarily great if you have live plants in the habitat, which I do. So I've been looking everywhere for regular soil that doesn't have all the nutrients for plants to grow, because that would actually hurt chamois. But better soil than the coconut fiber. So if you know of any brand name that you can find at Target or Walmart, let me know, because I've been looking forever for that. So yeah, so he has a mixture in his tank. I'll bring you a little bit closer. Hopefully the glare won't be too bad. Of live plants and fake plants. So right here, this one right here is a live plant. This one over here is a fake plant, yeah. So anyway. The fake plants are good because they're easy to clean. The live plants are good because they look nicer in the aquarium, and that's why I have it. Anyway, so he also, in his habitat, I also built him a waterfall. They're amphibians, so they need to be around water. Whites also like the humidity anywhere from, what I've read, 30% all the way up to 50%. So the waterfall just keeps everything moving and flowing and moist. So if you look down on top of it, I made the waterfall out of a 10-gallon fish aquarium filter. It's just kind of running along down into a pool that is a plastic bowl, which is good, like the sturdier kind used for food. He's also got rocks in there because whites are not very good swimmers and they can actually drown. And this right here is a little decorative Starbucks mug that I got for Christmas one time, and didn't really need it, so I put it in there. And he also uses that to sit on while he's in his pool. So here's the up top version of the aquarium, of the habitat. So yeah, also what I've got in there is logs. Obviously they like to climb on the logs. Here's Shammy. He actually likes to sleep on the logs instead of in his hide. He has a hide down there. So this log right here I actually got while panning for gold, just at a local river up in Sacramento. This one right here I got from a Petco. But if you have a river or a lake or a stream somewhere around your house that has nice wood, I'd much rather suggest that, because the Petco ones they're a lot of money and they do the exact same job. Okay, so let's see what else. Oh yeah, food. I feed him crickets because night crawlers and mealworms and things like that, they can't see, they don't move fast enough for them, but the crickets do. And also with the crickets, it's good to feed them because it keeps them entertained, gives them enrichment, and keeps them from getting bored. So yeah, so this bowl right here, I actually need to clean it out. It's actually food for the crickets, so they don't munch on him while he's trying to sleep. He's got a light on his habitat as well, because even though I live in California and the Bay Area, it does get kind of cold. My house gets below 60s in the winter time. So, and whites like it a little bit warmer than that, like 70 or 80s. And that's why I have a light on it. And again, it's just in the winter time. So, yeah, that's it, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.